Alright, what's up, guys? It's Team Jacob. And essentially, we're gonna pretty much just talk about this nigga's dumbass opinions regarding men wearing dresses. And then we're just probably gonna just break down gender roles from that point on in general. Sorry about the background noise. I'm an artist, and like me and my whole, like, all of my suite mates live. All of my housemates, like, we live next to another house of artists too, so bear with me, but at least it's raw.
The Rikers Island. 2 days later, I was one of the biggest tours in the country in the 90s. Right. Went from a one-man cell to an 18,000 seater.
Do you feel like nowadays your life has been comfortable enough for long enough that you quite often forget about how much you should really be appreciating the little things? Are you too far away from
What happened with social media podcasts like this, Vlad, of course, Breakfast Club.
Shut up, Vlad.
It made me appreciate my accomplishments, right? Because I wasn't sharing it with anybody. I'm the guy who's
going and doing a interview clip with Vlad where you talk about how some crazy shit happened on tour with Dre or Easy or whoever.
Right. They left a lot of money on the table.
What do you mean by
because
that?
They were party nights before and missed their flight and not make it to the venue.
Bro, I'm trying to talk about
So
some
Jay
specific
was
ass shit, bro.
partying hard enough that he wasn't necessarily able to stay on top of his business.
Because, like, the thing about it is, bro, yeah, because this is something to talk about. Like, I get upset because the broader implications of his rhetoric is literally violent and literally leads to people, like, losing their life and people being disenfranchised and, like, hated by their own community and even family. So that's why, like, I treat what he says so egregiously. But shit like this, like, he is a personable person, he is a comedian. It's just, like, disappointing and, like, depressing that it's most people who are just bigots and hold bigoted views.
It's not how we think of Jay now.
Exactly. But believe it or not, I used to be late to all my shows back in the day.
Really?
And believe it or not, that's how D.L. Hughley got his break. Because I used to put him in, not really knowing. And as you get older, you understand about being on time.
It's a easy way to say.
Yeah, you're going to handle things the right way. You want to be a man's man. And that's the way. And I hold people accountable.
A man's man. Alright, I think we're finally about to get into it.
That's the way I move through life. You know, I make sure that if you're a man, we talk about man things, all the way down to the demasculine of the black man, so to speak, right?
Yup, we're about to get into that stupid shit, bro. Like, I don't get why they say, like, nobody has ever said that black men, or any man for that matter, should wear a dress, should paint their nails, should devote their life to domestic duties. Nobody says that. You get mad when you see a man fulfilling a role that you wouldn't feel comfortable in. And deeper than that, you only wouldn't feel comfortable in it because of literally hundreds of years of indoctrination. So if anything that's not masculine is literally living a whole, like, mode of existence just because other dudes told you to do it.
Like, I'm upset about Pharrell being on the magazine.
Talking about man's man, but he's upset about somebody wearing what they...
with a fucking dress on.
Right.
And I read the article, he's talking about this the new masculinity.
Right.
You know, that kind of shit motherfucking bothers me. Like,
Why?
and I'm not against it.
Well, I know why.
I just want people to understand, I'm not against it, dude.
What he means by new masculinity, most likely, and don't get me wrong, there's no simple answers, people. I'm nuanced, bro. There is a lot of people who exploit surface level, milquetoast displays of feminine expression, like putting a fucking flower in their hair, or wearing pink, or painting their nails, and like act like they're like redefining masculinity. Is like, bro, people have been doing way more for years. But like, what he means by that is, if anything, it's masculine to do what you feel comfortable doing. It's that simple. What about having a dick mandates I have to wear pants? Like, bro, Like, I like this shit, bro. I like my pants. Because this shit's drippy. Not because I have a fucking cock, bro. Like, I don't get it. I get so upset because I understand that we have been indoctrinated so much that, of course, you can only expect men to drink the fucking nasty ass Kool-Aid that they've been force-fed. And again, like, that they've been force-fed. But even me, like, it just takes, like, just thinking, sitting in your bed alone to be like, wait, alright. What is masculinity? Having a beard? Liking New York fitteds? Rocking Timbs? Button-up shirts? Is that masculinity? Or is it deeper? Okay, no. Alright, you're gonna say it's deeper. Alright, let's go with that. What is it? Being a hard working person? Being respectable? Standing on your word? Having principles and morals? What does that have to do with having a cock? That's just being a decent person. Like, full disclaimer, I'm a gender abolitionist because these concepts are dumb as fuck. Of course, sex is rather concrete. It's a bimodal distribution of characteristics that exist on a wide spectrum in between people, in between all humans. It's not even a binary. So I'm gender being. All fucking gender is literally what you like, therefore it's fucking dumb. So again, he's literally mad for no reason. Why can't a man wear a dress? Like, literally ask yourself why. And again, these people are ignorant as fuck. Like, no, because again, they'll be like, oh, so you must not have seen Jim Crow. You've never seen the emasculation and feminization of men forcefully, of especially black men forcefully, to humiliate them and denigrate them? Yes, but there's a difference. You can do that with agency. There's a difference between a fucking white man with a fucking whip saying, nigger, put on this fucking dress. Yeah, in front of your kids. Yeah. Hey, get the pull stick. There's a difference between that and enjoying wearing dresses because you're a human who can like whatever the fuck they like to wear.
Fuck what you want to do. But I want to raise young, strong black men, young, strong women in this universe as well. And if that's what I want to do, you have to allow me.
No, you don't. You want to fucking employ your fucking quasi-fascistic views on everybody else. Again, what about him wearing a dress is telling young men and women to be lazy, to default on their expectations and responsibilities, to lie, to lack integrity. What about it? There's nothing. There is no answers to these things. It's literally just men are fragile. No, men and women. Because again, I literally hate the propagation of this myth that women are just naturally progressive and non-bigoted. No. It's literally a cycle that's perpetuated by both men and women. But yes, the root is patriarchy.
To do what I want to do instead of say, oh, I'm bashing.
You are bashing because again, nobody said that you can't raise your kids to like jeans and sports, bro. You're the only one saying anything's bad. You're the only one speaking from absolutes.
Because it is, I'm bad. That's not what I'm about.
It just feels we've gotten to a point where it's like, why do we need to treat a dude like a hero for wearing a dress?
The fuck, yo?
Who fucking cares? Like, if you want to wear...
Again, I agree. In a vacuum, there's nothing inherently noble about wearing a dress as a man. But we live in a society where fucking Black Homer Simpson fucking right here literally goes on fucking tirades and talks about how fucking upset and how fucking mad he is and how he wants to fucking cry because men wear what they want to wear. That's why it's a thing. Because of you.
Some goofy ass outfit, fucking go for it.
But
why are we gonna act like it's a fucking honorable act? And like the other day I was watching this commercial.
And also, it's not an honorable act, but you're saying it's a villainous act.
That came out, and it's like the whole thing is just different scenes of different, like, it's like a trans girl or whatever. She's wrapping her tits up so she looks more like a dude, and there's like gay couples doing whatever.
Right.
And then there's just a Sprite logo at the end. And
what the fuck?
This whole thing was a Sprite ad. And I'm like, Sprite, listen, like, it's a beautiful thing that gay people feel so much more comfortable being themselves in society, from my perspective.
Yes, sir.
It has absolutely nothing to do with your soft drink.
Right.
We don't believe you.
And here's what I find amazing.
Late stage capitalism.
I talked about Cam Newton on the Breakfast Club.
But yeah, he wouldn't say anything about capitalism.
So many women hit me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Exactly, because the women are bigoted too. Women are dumb as fuck. Women, I'm so glad, like, cause there's this myth that, like, if you're a leftist or a fucking feminist, that you're some, like, man-hating. No, people who say that are not intersectional feminists, and they're fucking retarded. Bitches are stupid as fuck, just like you niggas. Most people are dumb. Most people. To me, if you're not a fucking intersectional leftist, you're getting it wrong. Again, him using women are homophobic and transphobic too, so I'm really on the women's side. No, you're on the dumb side. The wrong side.
Me on bringing this up because our women, black, white, whatever, they're confused. They don't know what kind of man to deal with. They don't know how to go about it because they're telling me it's an epidemic.
Right.
They have a school in Europe that they are trying to teach men how to fucking fix a tire. I'm not bullshitting.
Right.
Boo-hoo.
I'm talking to these gentlemen. They have a school to teach men how to be men. They had the
He just equated being a man to fixing a tire. What the fuck does having a Y chromosome have to do with fixing a tire? And again, I'm speaking from a male. Especially anybody can be a man. So again, what about liking sports and like the X Games and fishing has to do with a tire? But again, he's definitely what we refer to as a true scum or a biological essentialist. So when he says man, he definitely is thinking dick. But again, what about having a meat and say veg has anything to do with fixing a car?
Closed the motherfucker down because it was doing bad.
Right.
Men don't even know how to fix a tire.
So,
don't you feel like...
Also, it's kind of funny how he's talking about emasculation and how men are victims because men don't know how to fix tires. But a big reason a lot of men don't know how to fix tires is because their fathers, often men, deserted them and abandoned them and didn't teach them how to fix tires. So, be mad at men. Like, again, not men who like to wear dresses or men who like don't bother people and like just wear clothes, but again, like the men who actually did stuff, you know. The chauvinists like you who desert women and don't raise their kids, but then also hate women and say that they destroy kids even though they didn't raise them.
It's crazy.
We've somehow ended up in this weird space where it's like where women feel the need to have careers to the same extent that men do, just because that's how it's supposed to be. Is you're supposed to be the super hardworking, career-minded individual. A lot of these women that I know who are like the most busy, career-based women, they really, to me, seem like deep within themselves, they want to have kids and start a family, but they refuse to listen to that voice inside of them. So instead, they drive themselves miserable, working fucking 70 hours a week.
That's literally because of like things like patriarchy, where women are literally automatically seen as lazy and incompetent, so they have to work twice as hard, not like twice and thrice as hard as men, because you hate them. And again, a lot of women are dumb as fuck too, and I'm sorry, not necessarily dumb, but not everybody is like, I guess, wise enough to like actually see the broader social strictures that are the sources and fountains of their discontent. Again, nobody's saying a woman wanting to be a traditional wife and feel that role is wrong. But what we're saying is having that expectation is.
And it's so many levels to disaster there. If you do your research on that, right, a lot of women die of heart attacks. A lot of people don't think about that. The heart attack rate for women, career women,
Right.
who are busting their ass, is at one of the highest levels of all time, because women are not normally there to carry that type of pressure, that type of weight. So they're out there busting their ass and doing certain things. Now, the value of a man, let's call it.
You
It's
said
just like any
women
other
aren't
thing where
built
some
for
men
hard labor and
don't
pressure
appreciate
and working. Hold on, let me make sure. I don't want
that
to.
type of-
I don't straw man. I definitely want to steel man whatever I can glean of his rhetoric to make an argument for him.
weight. So they're out there busting their ass and doing certain things. Now, the value of a man, let's call it. Search on that, right? A lot of women die of heart attacks. A lot of people don't think about that. The heart attack rate for women, career women,
Right.
who are busting their ass, is at one of the highest levels of all time, because women are not normally there to carry that type of pressure, that type of weight. So they're out there busting their ass and doing certain things. Now, the value of a
women
man,
shouldn't
let's
bust
call
their
it.
ass.
It's
But
just
these
like
be the
any other
same
thing
niggas
where
who also
some
say that
men
women are
don't
lazy
appreciate
and like they don't.
they
It
don't-
sucks that they don't have to do shit and expect
that
men
has
to take care of them.
declined.
There
over
is
the
no
years.
solution.
You know,
That's why
where man's
conservatism
supposed to be
is
the
fucking
breadwinner
dumb as fuck.
of the home.
It's literally
And
chaos.
we
It's a
have
snake
just
eating
gotten
itself. It's people just
off
being
in so
finding
many
reasons to
different
be mad.
directions what man think he should be. So everybody's fucking winging it, trying to do their own thing and trying to figure it out. And what I want to bring back is tradition. And what I want to bring back is men be men, man's man. If you can't handle.
Nobody, again, the only thing wrong, what makes him an ass, nobody's saying his way of life is wrong. He wants to impose it on everybody fucking else.
Being with the woman, then you're not qualified.
You
Gotta
ever
be qualified.
you ever heard about Jordan Peterson?
The name sounds familiar.
He's basically like this Canadian philosopher.
Ooh, he's a
or whatever,
charlatan.
and he talks about a lot of these things. He talks a lot
Wow,
too. He
I'm
has a
impressed.
huge, massive audience of like young men
Yes.
who basically he talks a lot about cleaning your room,
Yes.
which is basically a metaphor for like you need to have everything in order in your own life before you go out into the world and try to make.
And again, like, that's kind of valid. It's retarded. It's like that, how he extrapolates it. Yes, like, clean your room. Have your own stuff in order to your best ability. That's very true. I would not argue with that. But how he somehow extrapolates that to why we should maintain status quo and hierarchy is why he's a fucking charlatan. And I would never listen to anything he says with any sort of, like, intellectual value. It's a pabulum. It's hubbub at this point. We don't give a fuck about the lobsters, Jordan.
Change
I
on
agree.
the rest of the world.
Yep.
And it's like a lot of guys, like when you think about keeping your room clean, like we were saying
Yes.
about the car earlier, it's like it's not that important. Like there's no real importance to it, but knowing that your room's clean, knowing that everything is in order in your life before you go out into the world, it's like he just talks a lot about how taking on the responsibility of whether it's having children or starting a
Yes.
family or having a really good career or taking care of a member of your family, how that discipline will make you a better person.
It will make you a
that
better
responsibility. And this message that he has to the world is so controversial with the people on the left who really are almost offended by the idea of a guy telling young men that they need to get their shit together
You
and
gotta
be
be
men.
kidding me.
This is the most bad-faced shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. Nobody on the fucking left is mad at Jordan Peterson for telling people to clean their room. People are mad at Jordan Peterson because he's literally fucking ignited a social hysteria among literally millions of fucking incels and alt-righters and inspired literally like a new wave of neoconservatism because of fucking trans right, and has literally essentially lied and acted as if in Canada they're throwing people into gulags and concentration camps for misgendering people. That's why people don't like him. Come, bro. You liars, bro. Come on, steel man me, bro. Steel man me. Don't straw man me.
So controversial. They talk about him like he's a fucking Nazi, bro.
He at least like quasi sympathetic. Of course, like literally quasi sympathetic. Again, nobody said he's a Nazi because he told people to clean the room. Come on, bro. And with that being done, that's it for this video. There's only so much stupid shit I can listen to before like I actually start. Like my brain literally becomes less wrinkly. Like it kind of feels like a ping pong ball right now.